temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Grand uprising, my people, grand uprising. Blessed morning to you. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing fantabulously fantabulous and probably tired. Not everybody. I went to an event this weekend. Friday morning. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit on this program this morning. Oh. And this event made me cry. I wasn't bawling out like a madman, but I sat there and I sobbed for more than 45 minutes. I sobbed and I sobbed and I just couldn't help myself. Till one point I said, ease me up now, man. Just ease me up. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I have some more information that I would like to disseminate. And I have some shifter. This morning, I always call these topics shifter. Because you always hear Mr. Johnson saying, we rather embrace comfort and safety than truth. And if as a people, we embrace comfort and safety, we are going to be controlled for the rest of our lives, and we would not be able to make decisions on our own. Well, if you're being controlled, then nothing that you say matters. You won't be able to think for yourself. And all this I'm going to bring into mix this morning, because having a platform like this, as I always say, let me repeat myself again, my disclaimer, Mr. Johnson considers himself an intelligent brother because he knows he does not know everything. And if my platform that I'm using is for likes, it best I'm not here. It best I stay home. Look for some crevice like I don't know. Can't even find a definitive word for that. All I'm saying is, my impetus on the face of this planet is to help people. And I implore anyone out there, all the elitists, I implore you to tell me what is more on purpose, what is more meaningful, what gives you a sense of belonging on the face of this earth than when you do something to help another human being. I will wait. Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning. This is Mr. Johnson, a.k.a. RJ, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at 92 East Drive in Champlain. Perspective, and perspective. Let me bring context for, there might be people that is in the country, foreigners or well-wishers or people who from Trinidad and Tobago that's still here for Carnival, a bit tired. I hope you can tune into 91.9 and listen to the sound of my voice. I got something to share. And I sincerely hope that whatever I have to say this morning impact, even if it's just one person, this 55 minutes is well worth it. Let me apologize to all my people, my contacts. Listen, my phone crashed. It crashed. When I tell you it crashed, I lost 95% of all names, 95%, all information. I'm going to try to retrieve that today. Can't find no place, so everybody shut down for Carnival. At the time that I was available, because I still had a few appointments to attend to, I guess the places that came out to the phone places just wasn't available at the time, right? So I'm going to try to handle that this morning. So no WhatsApp. I'm sorry about that. There will be no links. I'll do my best to, whatever the program is, to send it on Facebook later. But I guess you can tune in live to Facebook and YouTube and take it in, all right? And another thing, you hear me saying that they blocked my video. Well, they blocked the video last week. Facebook blocked it. They block it again. Then I shut down the account. It seems like they have an issue with Mr. Johnson with his, you know what I mean, straight talk kind of thing. And, you know, when the people who control the media, they control the money. Those who control the money controls the narrative. All right? So let that one sink in for a little bit. So blessed morning. I think the carnival was a beautiful one. Good morning to the police. All you do a wonderful job. The police, the air guard, the coast guard, our regiment. I think you guys did a fantastic job. Kudos to you guys. I find the place was, I have a, and this is not being Mr. Machismo boastful. I have an all-access pass. I always do carnival time ever since I bring my office down in Trinidad here. And I'm able to see what carnival is and the energy and all that stuff. And I think it was nice. I was able to just traverse, do whatever I had to do, and I enjoy my carnival. And that's one of the things that I want to talk about this morning with reference to carnival and how some people view it, that type of stuff. But let me go on. Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Good morning to the police department, the regiment. Yeah, man, oh, they did good. The fire department, you guys did fantastic too. The Red Cross, beautiful job. All the folks that came out, man, and all the people, the traffic warden, everybody, blessed morning to you. Blessed morning. Good morning to our service department. And good morning to... blessed morning, Mr. Gary Griffith. Good morning, man. Hope you're doing fantabulously fantabulous. I was able to hang out with Gary for a little bit for a weekend, and his son, his girlfriend. Talk to Nicole. Me and Nicole go way, way, way back. Well, Nicole and I hope you guys would have watched. You can go and look at it anytime you want. O2N with Nicole. That was 2019. November 1st, 2019. Go search somewhere on YouTube and you'll see what's happening there. At one point in time, let me say this real quick. She brought a panel to Tobago. Nicole is a deep, deep, deep spiritual woman. She's a beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. I mean, she's out there. She gave out. Everybody knows what Nicole been going through. Everybody knows. Because she make no secret about that. But Nicole look fabulous. I'm looking at Nicole yesterday. She looks so fabulous. She's pretty. Not yesterday, Monday. She's pretty. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul. Well, she had a program, O2N with Nicole and with her foundation, and they select a few people in Tobago, Sergeant Mills, and then we'll know about the Sean Devine. It's a good bit of people, and they wanted to talk about Tobagonians and what they would have accomplished. And Mr. Johnson flipped the switch on them. Mr. Johnson talked about all the weaknesses, the slave to your impulses, and turn the whole program in a different direction. But that's me. And I figured therapeutically I needed to do that, not only for myself, but there was a lot of Mr. Johnsons out there, and still a lot of Mr. Johnson out there. So let us not be fake about things here. We too fake. We just too fake. And walking around with these masks and not being real, and that's why we are easy to control. But when you stand up for something, you are going to maintain your dignity. Mystery is born on the inside. We got to go there, right? And I just felt the need to say that. Nicole, good morning to you. Beautiful soul, strong woman. You're strong as you want to be. Love in the house. Once again, morning, Mr. Griffith. So good morning to everybody. Mr. Guevara, good morning. Mr. Alexander, good morning. I hope that we come together somewhere, somehow. Again, I said I'm using this morning because this is what I want to be. I want to get some of these information out there, right? So again, good morning to all our service department, the Coast Guard, the fire department, the airport, everybody. Blessed morning to you all. And I hope everybody had a beautiful carnival. Mine was fantabulously fantabulous. I spent it the way I wanted to spend it. It's beautiful. All right, so I hope everybody's doing well. Good morning, Scrappy. How you doing, my man, Mr. McPhee? Good morning to you. My Tobago people, blessed morning. Everybody, good morning, good morning. Within the sound of my voice, blessed morning to you. Mrs. Spencer, good morning, my dear. How you doing this morning? Good morning, Miss Gettins. Tinel, good morning. How you doing? Nicole Huggins, good morning. Miss Erin, good morning. And all the people. I got some folks from New York. Tuning, good morning to you all. Let me start this one time. The event that I went to, and I'm going to say, again, when I start with this here, I know the shifter is going to have some people rare shift this morning. The event I went to, and all these years I'm hearing it, was Canboulay. And I'm telling you, you guys, the French brought Canboulay in the 1700s. They brought carnival here, their own type of carnival. We decided that we are going to have our own thing, but they realized our stick fighting and how we were doing with stuff. And you know what? let me not forget this. Big, the people, the folks who did Canboulay, all you're good. actors, the players, all you're beyond good. And I hope I don't tear up. Because many of us do not understand what went on in the Piccadilly Greens there. Many of us have no clue as Trinidad and Tobagonians. We have absolutely no clue. I am not ashamed to tell you, I wish I had went to Canboulay before. That 1881 riot, 1881 riot, I wish I would have gone there before. Because when I spoke to some people, they say, you ain't seen nothing yet. When they had the real Caucasian man coming in on a real horse, boy, as long as I have breath in my life, I'm never going to miss that again, ever. And if we understand what that means, that realness, and big up to my Lavanti people. Lavanti people different. Lavanti people loving. Lavanti people is Lavanti people loving. I know what I'm talking about here, you know. I know our ancestors' spirit here. You see, they try to keep us back from that particular power. Or we can't talk to our ancestors here, but you could talk to somebody else. You see, I tell them, I'm bringing a shifter here this morning, you know. I'm bringing a shifter because we don't understand how lost we are. Not only as a nation, but as humans, where we come from. And I'm going to put this little piece in real quick, the shifter. I love my East Indians brothers and sisters real bad because 2/3 of my clients are of East Indian descent. But for those of you who make all these inept, disparaging comments, you're only doing it because you do not know your history. And I urge you, before you make any of those racial epithets, go and do some research on your history. I beg of you to do it. Because I would assure you again, if you only know your history, some of the things that come out your mouth, you will shut up. I love my brothers and sisters. I love my East Indian brothers and sisters. I say that with all the love in the world. It's time we come together. We at Trinidad and Tobago and having other people trying to put us apart for the name of power. Y'all wake up, no, please. Wake up. And Mr. Johnson ain't one to sit down and watch something like this. Because I know my history. I don't know everything. But I know once I came. I know why we struggle. And it's the same feeling I have with my people in Lavanti area. The struggle, the pain, they still feel that. It's just a way to translate it. But instead, we knock them, and we knock them. Rather than trying to come together. And who don't like what I just said there, I'm sorry. Yeah, sit down beside it. I sat there and I took in Canboulay, like I said again, big up, man. Kudos to those actors and actresses, people who portray that. I tell you, I couldn't stop crying. I driving home and I crying. I went there 3:03:1200 hours. 12 minutes past 3 in the morning and the place done ram. So kudos to the people who go out there and understand what's taking place there. I feel the energy of my ancestors, the power and spirit of my ancestors. But they want we to believe in something else. You see, when we were playing with drums, they realized, aha, we're communicating. We're communicating, so that poor fear in them. We're doing with stick fight. We're doing with stuff. We're too skillful with stick fight. They might overturn we. So they did everything that they can to outlaw all of that. All you need to go and see Canboulay, who and see it, go and see it next year and read up on your history. Right in the Piccadilly Greens there, and even where that stage is a burial ground right beneath there. Right there, Piccadilly Greens, history. People coming from all about to see it, and we don't even know it here. Because I don't feel bad. It's the first time I mean, I read some things about it, but to go there and feel it, you gotta feel it. It's a different thing, man. And this is the reason why we talk all kind of thing about Carnival, celebrating the devil. What devil are we celebrating? We fought against the devil. Those who enslaved us. So if you want to call that devil, call that devil. What celebration? Even the black, even the jab, even the devil. The black devil that they play, that represent the molasses and the burning the cane and all that. Y'all know, go and check out the history. Go and check it out. Boy, I tell you, this, we need to understand where we come from. We need to understand where we're going. And we need to face our history. That's what we need to do as a people. You see, so they stopped that. They wanted to stop our stick fighting. And we were prepared for them when they come. So Captain Baker rolling like he's a bad man with the police department. They get blown out. And because of that, Carnival for Trinidad and Tobago was born. I don't think we were ever a colony state. I don't think so. But the word Juve is French. It means daybreak. That's why we celebrated it, Juve. And it was done every Friday. They're celebrating because they were doing their own little thing. You know what I mean? The Caucasians was doing their own thing. And then we decided to go and do our own thing now. And they want to stop it because they realize communication. They realize power in them drums. And when they stop that, it come bamboo. The bamboo. And out of the bamboo comes steel band. And I really like steel band. I used to wonder as a little boy why I felt the way I did about steel pan. It started to come to me. And maybe that's why I sub so much. Because don't tell me nothing about my pan. And if you want to talk in stuff about my pan music and what my ancestors would have gone through and the brothers and sisters and who still uphold that, don't talk it around me. Because you'll hear from me. Not in no violent way. You'll just be taught. Know your history. Know your history. And this is such a deep, deep thing. Even the baby dolls, everything that they play. But Carnival lost its way. I ain't saying nobody ain't supposed to have fun, no. But we lost our way. Understand why we are celebrating Carnival every year. It's because of those resilient power of our ancestors who fought bitterly for us to express ourselves in the way we should express ourselves with all the pressure that we were under there. I sob uncontrollably. And I wish everybody could go and do it. Do it, and the negative things that you harbor in your mind against Carnival will erase. Because you will know where it come from. You will know where it come from. Our Calypsonian, Lord Kitchener, all them legends, all them people, all them men. They knew what time it was. They tried to teach us a lesson. They did the best they can, the best they know how. We still ain't listening. We still ain't listening. But I hope somebody, the organizers of Kambule, well, I know one of the main men that's carried the mass behind there. I'm very close to him. But I wish some of the organizers of Kambule will contact Mr. Johnson. I truly want to do something for that next year. That history should never, ever die. Kudos to all the organizers. I can't put the words together to say how deep you guys are, and I thank you guys for so much and continue to do the good work. I heard some of the production was dropped, but I'm saying if the rest was better, boy, Lord, I could only imagine. No wonder, I tell you, by 3:30 that place was rammed. Piccadilly Greens. Piccadilly Greens, right there. Right there. Right there. My love auntie people, I love all you. All you channel that energy so that more love can come. Because I picked up a lot of things there. I just not one of them fly by night, you know. But deep, deep, deep spiritual brother. I ain't just, don't get caught up with me because you see that, you know. Don't get tied up. Don't get confused with a brother like me, you know. Because in the depth of my impulses that I was slave to, I can admit it. Because many of us do not understand the reason we struggle. If you understand your history, you will understand why you struggle. Our foreparents, our ancestors came out of almost 400 years of slavery with no counseling. And when we try to talk about that, we having a problem. Even our own people are to say that the prisoners become the prison bar. And let me put some context to that. The prisoner not only becomes the prison bar, but becomes the prison guard. And the very things that some of us complain about, we build a bar. And then when somebody like myself come around and say, but this is what we have to do, and this is what we need to do, and this is what we should do, where you are play? Where you are play? Against the same bar that was built that you complaining about, I'm trying to lift that, but I got a problem. This is why, if you understand your history, you won't go down that road. You will never, ever go down the road. So for those of you who look at Carnival negatively, I urge you to do some history. I urge you to go in your room or take a walk in the woods and see the history and what our ancestors fought for. And I hope that every carnival, something can always be there to remind us of them. Because the blood, this earth is soaked with our ancestral blood, soaked. And looking at us behaving the way we are behaving on a daily basis, them only just crying and say, what is going on? We ain't learned nothing yet. Once again, I just feel the spirit and power. Don't get caught up with Mr. Johnson. My Lavanti people, all you're special. All you're special, all your love. There's some kind of energy that I just wish that it could turn around. But all you're special, all you're loving. Yesterday I drove around up there. No, Monday evening. After I go Camberley, I went and I drive around a little bit. I took my chance and I drive around a little bit because I know all you're loving. Nobody ain't touch me. Nobody ain't said nothing to me. I drove around. I go up Lavanti, I drive wrong. I had to do it. I know people go in and say, bleh, bleh, bleh. Yeah, okay, say that still. Lavanti people loving. Lavanti people full of love. Love until, that's what it's called. The most beautiful geographical place you could find in Port of Spain is love until. Ladies and gentlemen, if I pontificate on this, again, I would be so loquacious, I will not come off this topic. But I urge you again, do not let Cambule miss you. Because many of the things that you embrace now, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Many of the things you embrace now and give power to and give your time to, it would not do you as good as if you were to go and sit and watch Cambule. Once again, kudos to all the folks there. Kudos. Great job and energy. The rain started to fall. And I was right because I was on the stage, so right to the front where the rain could wet me. Me and Ziggy was sitting down together. Me and Ziggy Rankin was climbing for a bit, rainfall. And Ziggy get up and go in the back. He said, boy, me want to get sick, boy. I seen that rain until it stopped. Me and move. Because the people down there that was performing didn't move. I felt them. I'll leave that right there for now. I'll put in a little piece next week. I'll leave that right there for now. Kudos again. Good morning again. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I did my best. I talked to myself a lot saying, when I bring up this topic this morning, I hope I didn't cry. I hope I didn't start sobbing. It's a beautiful thing. Know your history. You'll be a better person. Know your history. All of us are a work in progress. Every one of us. All of us come from dysfunctional home. Every single one of us. There is none to escape. I'm trying to get this AC on, man. None to escape. All of us come from dysfunctional families. Right. It's starting to get heat up in here. Okay. Now, before it's over, let me just give out my phone number. 736-3962. 736-3962. Take that for now because everything is defunct. The other number is defunct. Can't get me on that. There will be no WhatsApp. I will restore things today. Okay? 736-3962. If you want to contact Mr. Johnson, I offer you a free consultation, and there's no chronic disease in the human body that cannot be healed. Absolutely none. I'm going to talk about a few things this morning to a lady that I helped with a particular disease that is and a chronic disease, and I'm going to talk about something that I think is haunting us as a nation, and it's another virus, right? Another disease. I'm going to jump into that in a little bit. But you can call me again at 736-3962 for your free consultation today. Mr. Johnson operates from 7 in the a.m. until 5 in the p.m. every single week. Every day in the week. Unless I got someplace to go, and you will know. But I will facilitate you if you have to come from far, because I'll have a lot of people down in the south area, Feisbad, and all that area down there. I'll help you out. All right? So give me a call. I'll hook you up and set up your appointment for you. 736-3962. Give me a call. Give me a call today. If you want to call the studio this morning, feel free to do so. 342-0081. If you want a contribution, 342-0081. And 466-5391. 466-5391. Let me say those numbers again. 342-0081 or 466-5391. Okay, do you guys know what phytotherapy is? Well, phyto means plant, so it's just plant therapy. And here's the difference. You know, I had to talk about this. You know the difference between a drug and a chemical? Here's the deal. The difference between a drug and a chemical: intended use. So you know, when there are people out there that are willing to perpetrate such, you know why they want to perpetrate such. Just imagine that. The difference between a drug and the chemical: intended use. That gives them the right to put it in our foods. I just want to wake you up with that. Let that sink in. We've been poisoned every day. There's a I want to ask my people, and I hope I remember how to spell the word. You ever heard the word toxoplasma gondii? Toxoplasma gondii. Grab a pen quick. Toxoplasma gondii, or talk it in your phone. No, gondii. Toxoplasma gondii. Toxoplasma gondii. Here why you all need to look this up. Here why you all need to know about this. Toxoplasma gondii. Well, we gain it from uncooked food, and we can get it from cat feces. I want you to process this for a little bit, because it are rare people who are that. Let me say it again. Toxoplasma gondii. Toxoplasma gondii. Gondii. Look it up. Now, that is a microscopic parasite that lives in your brain. It lives in your brain, and it hijacks dopamine. So you ain't doing nothing proper. You don't even act out of sense. This is a fact. That is why I urge a lot of people, parents, to let their children read the book by Dr. Doris Rapp. Is This My Child? But hear what this virus does. It hijacks dopamine in your brain. It makes you act like your head ain't proper, like your head shaking constantly. Let me give you an idea. If a mice has Toxoplasma gondii, he walking straight to a cat that going and kill him. He has no clue. For a lot of people, we get very, very promiscuous. Very promiscuous. We head shaking. We elevator don't go all the way up, it jamming. Or you check it out. And I thought I wanted to bring this morning to the forefront, because my research, just not me being an herbalist practitioner, but a wellness coach as a whole. I am a fitness expert. Let me put it out there for the people who are here. I'm a fitness expert and a self-proclaimed herbalist practitioner. And I'm a good good herbalist practitioner. Make no mistake about that, because I understand the synergistic effect and energy of plants and what they do and what it does to the human body in terms of recouping, in terms of healing. I know exactly what it does, and I know how to put it together, because that's the biggest part of my studies, is to understand what is in the plant, the polyphenols and all that stuff inside of there, that how you can put it together, and you know which one will make you calmer, which one will make you start. You know, when you put that synergistic effect, miracle happen, because you're giving the body a chance to exhibit exactly what it needs to do, the way God and nature intended it to be, and that is to heal itself. But if you don't put it properly, if you don't, you can't just take things by guess. Like brothers will call me up, yo man, you got anything for prostate? Yeah, can I get something to buy? Nope, ain't doing that. You walk away and bad mount me later that it didn't work. Come and sit down and let's have a conversation. And if you're willing to go down the road that I'm going on, fine, we can do that. Let me just put this in real quick for some of you guys. I always tell people 90 days. 90 days is when things start turning around for the human body. You damage yourself, you go through all kind of stuff. Most of the times when people are seeking help is because they realize that the drug that they're taking ain't working no more. They have no other recourse. And for some, it have the selective few will still stay on it no matter what, to death, because I heard that conversation before. No matter what, even if it kill me, I stay in there. Well, those people I can't help, they can't come near me, no how, no time, no place. But those who are a little bit, the folks who are open-minded, no problem, come and Mr. Johnson, sit down, we can work it out together. I'm here for you. My thing is to help. It's to help. That's what I want. I feel great satisfaction helping my people, understanding that the information that I gave to somebody is of value, invaluable to them. They can use it to their advantage and see some results. So, ought to check that out. Check it out, because it ain't easy, and a lot of people have it. I know that, because here what? It doesn't show the symptoms physiologically. It shows it in your proclivities, in your behavior. I tell you, this make us behave like we head shaking all the time and we elevated all the way up. This is the truth. Check it out yourself. Do some reading on it and you will see. Toxoplasma gondii. I want to talk about another one. I hope I can find this one. This AC sometimes drains whatever something inside of me. I know when I get in. Anyway. Go on, if I can remember this way. I want to remember this one to remember. Yes, I think it's erythema multiforme or multiforme. No, erythema multiforme. Write it down, folks. Erythema multiforme. These things are important. It's very, very important, because you see, when our body start exhibiting itself in this sort of negative chronic way and expressing itself chronically, we're running about, we're going and do all kind of stuff, all out, and not getting any help, because you don't understand the origin thereof. And I'm not telling you, Mr. Johnson, understand the origin thereof. What Mr. Johnson is telling you is that if you give the body a fighting chance, the body will find the origin thereof, because it wasn't there before. Something brought it on. And I can tell you unequivocally, what brought on most of our sicknesses, our chronic diseases, is because we lack essential nutrients in the body. That's it. It's 40 trillion cells we got to deal with. And those 40 trillion cells, as I always say, divide into 200 different type of cells. When it's gone from the glycocalyx or the cytoplasma and the endoplasma, it expresses itself differently in different way. Your microbiome and your mitochondria. And let me remind you guys again, for those of you who drive and out there and listening to me now, what your mitochondria means to your biochemistry. If you have a brand new battery in your car, your bus, your truck, whatever it is, brand new, you buy it yesterday, and your coil pack going bad, you're in worries. And you will know you're in worries too, because your vehicle not firing the way it ought to. Well, the mitochondria is the same thing to our body in the nucleus of the cell. Well, it's not in the nucleus of the cells. It's in the cytoplasm of the cell. Let me make myself clear with that. It's in the cytoplasm of the cell, which is the jelly, that gelatinous part of the cell. It's there, constantly giving us energy. When that is beaten up, you have that every day in the week. You wake up, you can't feel yourself, you're in pain everywhere, you can't even get out your own bed. And then you go and you do a blood test. Well, we ain't see nothing here. Well, they can't see nothing. It ain't nothing to see. Everything look good on the paper here. No, it ain't nothing. No, everything nothing. You don't feel proper. That's what it is. And you wouldn't go there in the first place because you cannot deduce from a blood test. You cannot deduce that your mitochondria has a problem unless you go and test for it. And me know how they're doing that. But you come by, Mr. Johnson, one conversation I can deduce from that what the problem is. I don't know everything. Remember? Got to tell you guys, those who know not and knows not that they knows not. You know what happened with those people. Some of us don't know that we don't know, and we didn't know that we didn't know, and we still don't know that we didn't know that we didn't know. Yeah. Grand Uprising, my brother, Mr. Santa Cruz. Good morning. How you doing?
Hi, morning. I'm fine. Well, I don't know what to decide this. Just with a rack of some things there. So morning to everybody, to Trinidad, to you again, to everybody, and to Sting. Everything good. I still see that you're back out and doing what you do best.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, as I say, sometimes I would listen to a conversation or a topic, and then I will gather and I'll put up sometimes. That is me.
Right.
I mean, I don't always have the time to sit down and research based upon my schedule.
Right.
But, over the carnival, I was just asking questions. I go on the internet to ask questions and, and talk on Google and, you call it the AI thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing I've realized is that, and I'll say this to the people as well, and we would have made note of that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I asked the question, when did one want the body? Well, I know your phone down for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when one is thirsty, what is the correct amount of, what is the best thing to use to quench the thirst?
Right.
Water.
Right.
If you put a lime or coconut water, you can do just like the bland taste of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question was, what is the amount that the body should take? Because as you always say, we tend to eat with the eyes and not to what the stomach wants.
Right.
Or the body needs.
Mm-hmm.
Because the comfort zone we want to go in, and it just tastes good. It's not about that. How much water does the body need to sustain that thirst? So it says about there are conditions that will create a excessive thirst, either heat or whatever it is. So, they talk about eight cups and so forth. But the point I'm making is that, to me, is that we have to, and as you say, we'll go and do it, just like what you said just now, we'll go and do a blood test, or we'll go and do this, a test and that. So we are not seeing something, but the body is telling us by feel, by a pain, by a spasm.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to understand our body. We need to understand, okay, yes, I will eat a plate of food. Should I take 2 full spoons of rice? And when I don't eat that 2 full spoons, I'm feeling bloated. No. I would say take a 1 spoon, and if you feel a little more, or you think you could need a little, go a little more, let that digest, and then go out and again. You have to me, we have to be periodical, we have to be systematic. Mm-hmm. So that is, as when you made that point just now there about what you said after you just now about why is my body you feel that comfort. We need to understand our body. Mm-hmm. And if it is plants are good, I'm not saying vegetarians are wrong, vegan at this and that and the other, but our ancients eat a lot of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So to me, my point today is that we need to understand our body, what it is, what it needs, what it doesn't need, what we should do, and don't just go, as you say, by a blood test. Right. Go and let it just put the thing on your heart and check your heart. I'm feeling this. And if the doctor is not giving you a straight answer, go, they are the chiropractors, they are the herbalists, they are the this, they are the that, and the list goes on. Yes. So in me, that is just my will take there. As I said, what I had called for in reference with my wife was what do you call it? She has a pensioner, but I've been doing other exercises with her.
Yeah.
I tapped into Tai Chi. I tapped into the Tai Chi and the yoga for sciatica and these type of things. And she's getting a little ease. So, but other than that, I think, as I say, I want to arrange, so hopefully I'm looking at this month and I want to come and...
All right, no problem. No problem.
But Lockdown Lifting, the program is good. Trinidad and Tobago, as I say, I am not supporting or vouching for this gentleman because, I just feel so, because one of my fellow Trinidadians. So, no, to me, and I speak for myself, starting. And that's what we have to do. We always have to look at ourselves first. I think he makes a lot of sense. Let's listen to him.
Thank you, bro.
Listen first. That's the first.
Thank you.
So, Brother Johnson, you keep good.
Thank you,
and
my
God's
brother.
willing, one day we'll link them.
All right, for sure,
You
man.
keep
Take
safe.
care. Be safe out there. You and the family. All right. That was a very good question and answer. So I would say everything is individual. One size don't fit all. And the people who they said we should consume 8 glasses of water. That is, and then when I said they, the people at the upper echelon, that those are the one who give out the advices and the people from the CDC and all them people there that give out advice and say whatever. Here what's the deal now? If you want to be properly hydrated, right? You know how to drink no 8 glasses of water. If you want to be properly hydrated, the first thing in the morning too, or one of the first thing you can do, put a little bit of proper salt, Celtic, Baja Gold sea salt, or the real Himalayan pink salt, because there's plenty fake one out there. Put a little bit of that in the water and hydrate your body from a cellular level. Just understand that if you drink 3-4 glasses of water, you're going to be peeing like crazy like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're right. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to be hydrated. And if you want to be hydrated, use some salt inside of the water. It hydrates. It keeps the cells hydrate from that cellular level, which is what you want. Everything, if it's done from a cellular level, the body will work magic for you. So that's a great question, Mr. Santa Cruz. So I hope you all out there take heed. I always appreciate this phone call. So let me just say this for you again. Erythema multiforme. E-R-Y-T-H-E-M-A. E-R-Y. Hear the spelling again. E-R-Y-T-H-E-M-A. Multiforme, like M-U-L-T-I-F-O-R-M-E, but it's pronounced forma. Well, here was the deal with that. A lot of people, this is what happened with the lady, and she couldn't get any help. So she came by me, and I started to delve with some research. I started to do, and I found that where it's a patch on your skin, dry thing, it look like ringworm all over. That's just a bunch of madness going on. And it is also precipitated by, I think, by HSV, the herpes simplex virus. It could be precipitated by that. I see a lot of people walking around with herpes simplex 1 in their mouth, and they're talking about this cockroach bite and all this. All that stuff, that nonsense. It's herpes simplex 1. It's a virus that lies dormant. Take care of your body, and it will go away and or suppress it. It didn't come there just so, but it's hard to cure. But it could precipitate it by that, and also a whole bunch. Again, that's another microscopic problem, and that create these patches, this craziness in your skin, because it also deals with the liver as well. Look it up yourself. And that lady called me, and she was so overjoyed. But it was a battle though. It took about 6 months. And she just continued to do what I was doing, to do what I asked her to do, and eventually it just started fading away. Now, mind you, that is something she would have had, because that jumps into play when you're like about probably over 40. It would affect a lot of people over 40. This is no joke. But it will affect anybody. I mean, I'm just saying. But she was fighting with it for about, maybe about 8-10 years. I think that skin issue was a problem. It was very, very embarrassing for her. And the only thing that she would have done different is come by Mr. Johnson and stick to what I asked her to do. She called me crying, and she knew that is what worked. It takes a while, and this is what I keep telling people. It will take a while for that body to recalibrate. It will take a long time. 90 to 120 days, sometime before you see any results. So you want to come and get results after you mash up yourself, and there's a whole bunch of medication that burn through the nutrients, create a lot of problems for you. You can't even digest bile acid properly. You can't even do all these things good. And then you come by me and expect miracle in 1 month. Good luck to you on that story there. Because at the end of the day, this is to me, that is the height of madness. It truly is. And if you see, the problem with our programming is that the drug work in half an hour because it quails the symptom. It does, right? The other one deal with the root cause. It will take a little while. So we acquiesce to that. We capitulate to that because you know what? It's awesome. You have a headache. You take it in half an hour to an hour, the headache gone. To come back bad and worse, but you ain't care. Bad and wasara. But you don't care. You don't care about that. You just want some ease. I wish you could look at things a little bit different, right? I want to bring something to the mix again. There are a lot of foods that has the chemical in it like crazy, plenty food, and there's a word that they use, right? There's a word they use. I talked about it, I think last week or the week before. There's a word that they use to soften it up like they always do. Like when you say there's a side effects are no side effects. Side effects is another pathology, period. I don't know what you're talking about side effects. You're sick. You have another pathology. You get it from the stuff that you're taking. It's another sickness. Because once you start to feel that way, you either come off or you got to take something else for that, which will give you something else for the next one you'll never done. Right? But there's a word that they use in order to soften up the chemicals in our food. Like I explained one to you about the intended use, there's another word that they use to soften this up for us to create the illusion of inclusion. And the programming continued. And the programming will continue relentlessly. And that word is GRAS. GRAS. Okay, let me give you the acronym. Because these are the insidious things that they do, and we bow. Oh yeah, it's good. We bow. Oh yeah, that's what good until you're real sick. GRAS, generally regarded as safe. So you ask one of the men who working in there from R.J. Morris and Time Warner and R.J. Morris and oh God, J.P. Morgan and all those guys who putting out the food out there, the ones of them that used to make cigarette all the time. Yeah, what do you think about this? Generally regarded as safe. What does that mean? What does that mean? Explain, because you can't go past me with that talk. Generally regarded as safe. All right, sit down. Compartmentalize it and tell me what you mean by that. But you see, we take everything just like that because they expect the programming to work constantly. We watch TV every day. We are being programmed. I'm not telling you to watch your TV. I'm saying be selective in what you watch. Be selective. I see a grown man, grown man, crossing the road on a green light, and he head down in the phone. He had in the phone. I see people crossing the green light and giving you attitude. Something wrong with our brother. I will not function proper. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope somebody somewhere take a little bit of what I would have said this morning somehow. I hope you do. Because I bring my heart and my passion to you. I truly hope, I truly hope, somewhere, somehow, I made an impact on your psyche or your biochemistry. More so if it's your psyche, it will work better. Because that will nudge a memory and you'll be able to go back. Don't be afraid to face your past, man. It will shake you, but you gotta face it. You gotta face it. You have to do that shadow work. It will make you very uncomfortable, but you gotta face it. Go back. Whatever the trauma you went through as a child, go back there. Check it out. Gotta deal with it. That's the only way we can grow. Mr. Johnson is here to offer you a free consultation on chronic diseases. It doesn't have a single chronic diseases in your body that can work. Chronic disease in your body, sorry, that cannot be healed. None. Absolutely none. None. There's no such thing. No such thing. Come, a free consultation, whether it's cancer, prostate cancer, interstitial cystitis, diabetes recti, PCOS, fibroids, every one of that could change. I have a sister that did some I hope she listened to me this morning. I have a sister that did did the operation with the fibroids. And she sent the stuff and showed me, the huge stuff. And I said, sis, that thing coming back if you ain't changed the way you eat it. She called me. They come back. They're coming back. They're racing coming back because you haven't dealt with the precipitation. And this is what I keep telling people. Deal with the precipitation. Hammer them at the root cause so they won't come back. But we create all these comfortable environments for the foods that we eat that creating all these problems in our body temple. Mr. Johnson can help you with that. 736-3962. 736-3962. Shanghai area, call for your free consultation today. Until my phone reboot and do I need to do, like I said, it crashed. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoy listening with me. And as much as I enjoy disseminating this information with you. I love my people. I love my East Indian and East Indian brothers and sisters. I love you all. I love my folks. I love my people of African descent. I love all human. But we got to take care of our own. Got to take care of ourselves and each other. Because just remember, if you don't take care of yourself, you know what's going to happen? Nobody now come for save you. Until next week, this is Mr. Johnson, a.k.a. RJ. Here I'm going to tell you. Megan.
Not not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Saturday